for OG down the stretch on Ancient, and that's something they're going to have to really clean up and button up here on Vertigo if they want a chance to continue this series into a third map, which would be Mirage, if we can get there. Live onto Vertigo, map 2, elimination series. If OG lose this map, they go home. If OG lose this map, their year is done.
Yeah, rough turn of events if that's how it's going to be going down. You don't really want to end it like this at all. Starting on the CT side. Still some utility, even for a pistol round here. 2 smokes and a Molotov on the NIP side. And they're quite content to wait around and make sure that OG aren't going to be pulling any crazy tricks in the pistol round. Obviously, a lot of possibilities to push on the CT side, get into the middle like that, and walk down or climb down the ladder.
Group up and swing.
Yeah. Count to 3 and see if you catch Neofrag. Although he's playing this he's going to be very hard to find. There we go. Spots them out and is pretty quick to fall back. Some flashbangs just to make sure they're not getting hunted down too much. But at least it is ramp control for NIP. A little bit of a chance. That is a lot of Glocks around the corner, and I'm even shocked that Neofrag even gets 1 kill there. That's very dangerous.
Yeah, he's trying to see if they're actually committing, if they're actually coming forward, and he found out at the end of the day. Flames as well, Gush, but Fiku's got 1 more through the smoke. These USBs doing their job well, grabbing an extra kill before the bomb goes down, and a 3-on-4 post-plant. Make it a 3-on-3.
Yeah, throwing bullets at the smoke as he was backpedaling, and still he picked up a shot there. So 3-on-3. Smoke goes up on top of the bomb. There's no kit, so this is going to be a long time. And Alexi with a headshot to begin with. It does force them into a bit of a fight. They're very aggressive. I don't think they really know if anyone's defusing. In fact, you could tell they're swinging the knife inside of the smoke, and Fiku putting in bullets, but it's already too late. There's so much time off this bomb. Fiku's now going to take them off. Oh my god! He actually did it. What a violent start to this map.
Oh, I like that. That's, you know, you'll take a loss for that kind of a knife. Well done from Fiku. New options left. Hopeless. Go for the stab. Yeah, it's actually, I mean, for OG, this didn't go horribly. Neofrag 1 for 1 getting aggressive. It was that kill, I think, on Flames that really made a difference. Putting it into a 3-on-3 for the retake. Otherwise, Flames can stay back, even with low health. He can be supportive. He can jump up and peek off his teammate's contact. That was a really good find. A good double kill for Alexi in the pistol.
Look at the bunny for Fiku. Well, he's dead.
Look at it. Well, I mean, that can be... can that be an op in the next round if they want to go for it? Yeah, it can.
It's not bad.
2,400 bucks. He can drop the AWP over to Dexter if they want right out of the gates.
Ooh, Hampus, he was huge, heavy hitter for NIP on Ancient. Had a little bit of trouble at the beginning of overtime, but he did do so much work. Him and S-Tag both really stepped it up. You want to see him continue that into this one.
Yeah, they had really good games. Hampus was mostly on point for NIP throughout the entire map. S-Tag and Rez really stepped up at the end to deliver some high-impact plays and high-impact rounds of Ancient to secure that map. And here we go. Dexter has the op. Drops an M4 back over, so not a whole lot of utility. No kits for the OG side, but the op is the big one. But if you're NIP, this isn't going to be a sneaky one. You have to assume this is coming after the knife kill.
Oh dear. Dexter, if he missed a shot, they're probably both dead, but he's going to get one and even pick up a shot through the wall. Unbelievable. NIP, that could have gone either way.
This is great follow-up damage from Dexter. Tagging Rez, down very low to 17 health, and also denying access to the middle of the map, which is exactly what NIP wanted to go for. So S-Tag might start challenging with this Galil perhaps a little bit earlier than he would otherwise like.
Orp's been brought back over, so got to be really, really careful, but they do need to find a way back. Still some nades left. More flashbangs to check that ramp. See what's actually going on. There's not a single player here from the T side, so if they went 1 corner more to look down that ramp, they'd really get a lot of information.
They've got plenty of utility for this set piece. The one thing they might be missing is, well, they got 2 flashes to layer as well. Gonna be tough to break past Dexter, though, especially if Nexa can keep some space.
That's a nice peek around the corner. Doesn't get pop flashed either. Brolin would have been ready for him on the other side. The spray, he's got the right idea. Someone was backpedaling through that, and they're gonna find Nexa anyway. That's S-Tag able to pick it up. 3-on-4. Looks like a very, very hard round here for NIP to try and win. They need a bomb plant first to even get close, and Flames will make sure that does not happen. A nice triple kill for him, and a solid round for OG overall.
It took a lot of time for NIP to actually set up that execute when they got all the bodies at those that base of the stairs. And then what we saw in Ancient too on the CT side was OG's just like, we're eventually going to flashbang and peek for information. We're eventually going to challenge something just to see what's coming. And NIP get caught by it one more time. Good triple from Flames with the smoke up. But it was Nexa with the flashbang from Flames as well, so just a well put together round from him to be able to grab an opening kill as they came upstairs. 2-1. And NIP's already hurting for cash.
Yeah, a couple of AKs Galil picked up as well, but you're right, not much else. And interested to see how long that AWP is going to be haunting NIP. Obviously, eventually, OG would have had one anyway, but the idea that you get one earlier because of a knife kill in the pistol round, it's just... That's a little bit interesting. Oh, they're getting close now with the flash on top. This could get a little bit interesting. Alexei does go down, and well played by Nexa. If he doesn't hold his ground, it's easy to see a world in which Fiku, who would have come in to try and help him, just gets flashed and killed as well.
That's a cool defensive nade sequence as well. Smoke to give him protection, the flashbang to allow him to jump up and go for some kind of a fight. Oh, Brolin's gonna find him regardless. Good shot.
How? Did he shoot him through the half wall there?
He might have seen like a little head poke up over the smoke. Might have just spammed it blind. Regardless, it all counts. And all that work from Nexa early goes to waste. It's back into a 3-on-3. No nades for NIP, so this is all contact the whole way through.
And with 30 seconds, again, it's on Vertigo, so 30 seconds on... If you're on the A ramp, it's fine, but they're not really there yet. They have to win this fight first, and that's going to give some advanced warning. Neofrag, good shot, and even better to escape the Molotov on top. They're going to be pushing him, and I don't think he realizes he stuck around for a second too long. Missed shot with the AWP. And we're down to 13 seconds. Time is running out on this one for NIP. They need that bomb plant. Rez, he has one chance to fake it. He just used it. Now he has to commit to it. And they realize they try to hunt him down. They're going to find him, but the bomb is planted. Hampers, he can't escape. It's close. It's real close. Dexter finding his second kill. And it's enough to win the round.
Yeah, enough to win the round, but not to be too excited about it. I think if you're OG, you have to assume this next round is going to be a bye from NIP. They just brought you down to one player surviving in a very close affair. They're going to want to apply pressure to your economy. Really good trading for NIP. This one right here, you're exactly right. Neofrag getting caught just dumping utility. Good aggression from Dexter to trade the frag. And oh man, I'm actually a little bit surprised NIP's not going for a deeper investment.
Yeah, me too. That feels like a good moment to just put some pressure on.
They have a 2-round losing bonus. I would have expected just light armor and tech, exactly what they have now, except with light armor.
Well, let's see how this plays out. Dexter going to be fine in that corner. They're trying to get the quick wraparound instead, but even that gets slowed down, and they're just getting picked apart. So, yeah, no real follow-through on that investment. Hampus. And this is also something else, you know, that last round's a 1 versus 1, but if OG could not lose a single player here, they are going to shrug that off pretty quickly and say, all right, a little bit painful, but we're back into it. And they know where Hampus is now. Good headshot. Tries to guess. Do it again.
Yeah, one more time. They're remaining surprisingly aggressive, all things considered. Gonna keep him pinned down. 3-2. A 1-round lead. And here comes the buy for NIP. Galil on S-Tag. AK-47's being picked up otherwise. Rez has a decision to go to the AWP if he'd like it, but he sticks to the AK.
Could be kind of a weird experience, I guess, AWPing T side on Vertigo sometimes if you're just trying to take the fight at A ramp. Like,
yeah.
If it never gets presented to you, you could feel kind of useless.
Yeah, that was a conversation I remember having with Fallen and Liquid. He said the same thing. He was just like, yeah, I'm just looking for fights the whole time over smokes and getting spammed and flashbangs and nades being chucked in, and it's just not always a fun time for oppers. Not necessarily even like any ultra danger to it. It's just like you just feel useless.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can find that early shot, but if they're not going to give it to you, then it's a bit strange. Oh, that is beautiful from Brolin. He actually just outplayed Dexter in that moment. 4 on 5, and they are so close. One more kill, and this bomb site will fall. But Flames is going to take one. Neofrag on the other. They're pinned in here. If there was another Molotov, they would get blown up, but they don't have one, and they're just fighting their way out. They were actually pinched, they were sandwiched in, and they managed to battle their way out of that. Alexi and Rez in a very tough 2-on-4 to win, and now it's a 1-on-4 for Alexi here. This is unbelievable. The shots coming through from both Flames and Neofrag have been superb.
Ooh, smoke himself off for some cover. Try and make some kind of a play, but he knows the round is lost, and he knows he's going down. And he knows he's got basically no chance. Good round from OG. Stag had that cut off perfectly, but he gets thrown off because Neofrag takes the hard lefts, right? And he's aiming for the first guy. Second guy comes out and ruins him. I'll tell you what, though, even in a loss, I really like seeing that from Brolin. It was one thing I felt like we didn't really have on Ancient is none of those riflers outside of Hampus every once in a while looked like they had any like real fights and any plays they were comfortable making early on in rounds to be an aggressor.
Yeah.
I like seeing Brolin step up in a situation like that and being like, you know what, I have a little trick here that I can go for an opening kill, and he finds it there on Dexter.
And the confidence to do it too, you know, like which he should have from a mechanical point of view. Brolin should be able to pick a fight with anyone on the server at the moment, so you want to see him try and do that a little bit more. 4-2 though in favor of OG. It's a nice start for them on the CT side at the very least. Started to build some money, and NIP in a strange position, again going for the half buy with the Tech-9s, and this time there's some armor to follow it up. Could be dangerous.
Could be. Deep angle from Dexter, sees nothing. NIP's gonna slow it down.
Yeah, really slow. Which I guess is fine. Still have enough grenades on the T side to try and come up with something once they find the actual pathway they want to go for. Looks like they're grouping up in middle. Well, OG are really far back in that mid position, so they can't immediately overwhelm anyone, which kind of sucks a little bit. Once you throw this flashbang, they're gonna know. Yeah,
and look at what Fiku does after. Oh, now he's got to turn up his attention. Neofrag again caught with a nade in his hand. They closed the gap. That flashbang did its job so well. Fiku, all pressure on you. Hard to track, and now it's Nexa. 2 angles to manage, stuck behind the beam, but he's handling it perfectly. 1v2, the reload is his undoing.
Wow, that is... I think you're right. The flashbang is good, but Neofrag, he had time. If he was able to, he could have pulled out the Molotov and thrown it basically at his own feet, and that would have probably slowed them down at least a little bit.
It's because he ate the flashbang so hard. Like, he ate it full force. Takes away his hearing to hear the footsteps, right? And I mean, when he recovers, eventually he's trying to put it down. But that's like the second or third time I feel like in this series we've seen him get caught in like really rough situations with nade in hand.
And we just caught him 2 seconds earlier. He was really far back. He was never going to get flashbang, so the timing from towards is very unfortunate. Well, Brolin gets tagged in the early round, but that stings if you're OG.
That's painful.
And I mean, they had no shortage of rounds like these on Ancient where they had, you know, great leads, great momentum, and they give it back to NIP and they never recover from it. So you just got to be really, really careful. So,
nice utility from NIP. Forcing back that push in middle with the op. That's a setup that got OG, what, an opening kill and a heavy damage previously in the third round. This time it's negated.
All right, putting some pressure on the A ramp now again.
Found a good amount of space to work with here as well. Dexter and Neofrag already relatively passive.
See if Dexter could land this shot. He's missed a couple of these early ones. Gonna miss this one too, but the follow-up is good. Neofrag, though, would love some more backup. They're right behind him, and the sandwich is in full effect. Rez is gonna be going down to Fiku, so getting the kill on Fiku, sorry. So 3-on-3, bomb planted, and Dexter doesn't feel comfortable swinging that again. Once he's lost his teammate out in front, it was Neofrag. He doesn't feel like he could go for it one more time. Rez, oh my god, he didn't see it. Oh, that's a big problem. If he would have kept peeking that, I'm sure Flames would have gone down. At least it's a 2-on-2 now. No smoke on anyone here for OG, so a very tough defuse. Good headshot, though. An S-tag on his own. They know where he's coming from, and Dexter is holding the line. That is a very, very cool retake that looked very unlikely.
Brolin got stuck in that fight. I mean, once he doesn't have the initial shot off the flashbang, he could have chosen to fall back, but he felt like that kill was his, like any bullet was going to connect, right?
Yeah.
He stays out in the open a little long. If he actually just gives it up and says, oh, missed the opportunity, missed the shot, back away, that double peek becomes so tough to handle. Good recovery from OG. A necessary recovery after the loss in the previous round.
Yeah, that actually does make up for it a little bit at the very least. There's another bomb plant for NIP, so they're still able to put a good round together right here. Well, Fico, look at this. It's very aggressive pushing in towards that ladder and all the way down. This is so early. S-tag, what a read. He saw that coming somehow.
He's got nothing else to do but watch the flank. He's the supportive player, right? It's like, my only job right now, the only thing I can contribute is making sure no one comes down this ladder. Late take at top ramp.
Oh, dear.
Punished again. OG's pulled off that push as well a number of times.
But they love doing the push on B ramp on Ancient, and that wasn't working out so well.
And now the A ramp. They just have troubles aggressing onto ramps.
Yeah, stay away. Stay away from the ramps.
Maybe just veto the maps that have ramps from now on.
That might be, it could be a problem, but yeah. All right, hunt for the AWP is on. Dexter's gonna throw it away for the AK instead. Just try and see if he can battle it out, make it a little bit more expensive, but the round is definitely lost, so 4 and 5.
And no money. Shattered economy.
Yeah.
Even with the nice round previously, he wasn't able to build up enough of a buffer, enough of a bank to sustain this. So NIP take control of the economic situation here on Vertigo for at least the time being. And OG, I don't even know, they only have a 1-round losing bonus built up just after that loss. I don't even know if they can really, it's not going to be pretty in the next round either. Armor and Deagle's being picked up. I think they're trying to hover just around 1,000, a little bit below 1,000. But it ain't pretty.
Yo, they're starting to get into a very strange territory, and again, it's the T side of it, of Vertigo, so I think NIP are quite happy with what is unfolding in front of them. Deagles, though.
Deagles.
Yeah. Don't get enough of those Deagle highlights. Neo frag, a little bit tricky because Brolin's kind of on the other side. Oh, he took his sweet time setting that one up.
He heard you. Nate
Well, it's appreciated.
Doesn't even budge the AK in any direction. Oh, this can be dangerous though. Deep nade. Neofrag's gonna peek with it right over the top. Oh, that could have been interesting. Hampus and S-Tag though. That HP is really, really dangerous for NIP to work with. There's still 4 defenders to find.
Yeah. They're gonna get up really low. Smoke on top. He wants to look right over it. Can't see any of those toes down there. So just gonna have some information.
Yeah, but they're not using it quite. Okay, there's the call off. You saw Fiku just turn around immediately. Nexa as well coming back to the B bomb site. So readjusting on the map. 38 seconds, and NIP cannot hesitate. If they allow time for the other 2 players to rotate over, Flames and Dexter, they're in trouble.
Do you throw in the low health players first just to check where people are? Oh, that's Rez. He was the one with the health. He's down. This is a disaster for NIP. This is supposed to be the round where they can tie it up and really start to roll this first half in their favor. And now they're in trouble again. What a peek from Nexa. Flames on the follow-up, and there's nothing left for Rampus to do. They get absolutely wiped out by the Deagles.
And that's such a smart play from Nexa as well. He rotates over, he sees all the utility, the entire set piece from NIP coming out, all the Molotovs being thrown. He's like, oh, okay, that's your execute. You don't have a Molotov for the beam in the back. You don't have a Molotov for the quad. I'm just going to back away there, and I'm going to chill. Gets himself 1 more kill. I think you asked that question about the low HP players. Yeah, probably. But also, I don't know if I would want to do a full execute there. I don't know if you'd want to spend the time setting up, you know, 2 to 3 smokes. Maybe just a flashbang. Maybe you just trust in the skill. So that you have more bodies so you can trade that low HP player.
Yeah, it's super tricky, I guess. Also, when they're that low health and they're a bullet away, they might just get, you know, a body shot from the Deagle will do it, and then Can they even get deep enough in to get any info for the actual high health players to do anything? Tough decision to be made, I guess, in that moment. 6-4. I feel like OG are getting away with some really outrageous rounds at the moment. And they're not at all out of the woods yet, but this could be easily have been 6-4 the other way for NIP. Nobody really has any cash left behind this buy. Nice push through. You mentioned earlier about Brolin having some tricks and having the confidence to fight. Well, he does it again. And even if he gets traded, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 1 for 1. Rest of NIP can follow it up. And OG goes passive. Defensive utility allows him to shift back towards middle and B just to make sure nothing's happening there. Actually, they're very worried about mid at the moment. 2 players dedicated, which means Neofrag's got to stay passive.
Oof. Smoke lands way behind them, so NIP not going to be too impressed by that. In fact, it might just tempt them to move forward and say, you know what? We might be a little bit in front of what they think. Neofrag, though, good shot. Grenade comes out, but it's going to land way behind, so no damage at all on the res. And Neofrag's practically dead already, so technically, sure, it's a 4-on-3, but bomb is going to go down early. No more nades left on the T side. 2 Molotovs and a smoke, though, on OG. So if they can find a clearance here, if they can find just a spot, they could have a really powerful retake, especially against Hampers, who's back there by the sandbags. That might be a hard position to hold on to. And they're waiting for it. There's 1 Molotov. Second one goes behind the bags. Rez gets a kill, though, and Hampers just walks out, casually strolls into the fight and takes a headshot on Nexa. He's alone in a 1 versus 2, though. And they do have that smoke up on top. Molotov down behind. Now he's not sure. I don't know if he's heard it. That might have been obscured by the grenade. He doesn't know. And the defuse is on. It's a nice triple for Hampers, but the round is still lost.
Yeah, good attempt. Actually, even on the first tap, they shot both the weapons after the tap, so he knows they're not actually defusing the bomb. So he had that information at the very least, but couldn't find it inside the smoke afterwards. Much like Ancient, OG with another really good retake here on the CT side. Even with the opening kill going the way of Brolin. Good swing from Neofrag to follow it up. And he actually does a pretty darn good job playing it passively as well. 3-round lead for OG.
They win the round, and they're back to 2 MP9s and not that much more.
They really haven't had like any kind of crazy clean win that really lets them feel comfortable with the money they've built up. NIP's at least had them on that verge of being broken throughout most of this half.
Yeah, I mean, that round that they lost to the Tech9s, that was the one, right? That was the one that was meant to set them up a little bit better. Brolan even flashed. That's really well done. Just takes down Neofrag. He is comfortable in that position right now.
Yeah, he's loving it. That's a beautiful shot. This time he gets away with his life as well. Back to the B-bomb site. Nexa's all alone for a timing here as the defense shifted to make up for the loss of Neofrag. But equally, Nex has done a great job defending this bomb site in this half so far. He's going to have another test here. Looking for this exact boost. Not that one, though.
Outplayed. That's done. Save the weapons on the other side. NIP picking this one completely apart. Getting to 5 rounds.
And putting the money in a completely wrecked situation. Op and M4 will be saved, but after that, it's what are you going to be able to bring to the fight?
To be honest,
yeah,
OG should be so excited that they have 7 rounds right now. I actually think this could still be so much worse the way that this is unfolded. So, I don't know if 7... I mean, it's enough that they can stay competitive even in the second half. I feel like NIP have had many, many chances here to do a lot more.
They have, but again, I mean, the nice thing is it's kind of like a consistent thing that it feels like you can rely on with OG. Is I mean, there's been 4 bomb plants up to this point. This one is the 5th, and this is the first one that's actually going off. OG's been able to retake them all. Great strength on Ancient's defense as well. So retakes today for OG have looked very, very good in the post plants.
Yeah, that's a fair point. What a start. Not much Nexa could have done.
I think the hard part is like you're seeing some also with NIP having a good TF at this point with 5, a chance to build on top of that as well. Brolin being successful over at the A-bomb site with his initial fights and his initial plays. Hampus being, you know, still aggressive and dynamic, finding an opening kill here on the other side of the map. You're having a few things work really well for NIP for their T side that we didn't see on Ancient.
Yeah, and again, it's Hampus leading the charge. He's got 13 kills.
I like this.
Yeah, walking up. No execute needed. Although Nexa's going to get a kill early on. It'd be outrageous if he get another headshot. Actually might have a chance for it here, but the reload again put under a lot of pressure. He bought some time. He got the kill at the very least. And it's a 4-on-4. But now the AWP's been wheeled in. Dexter has got the right idea, but the flashbang's going to get very hard for him to fight this yet. We had him isolated, but Rez is down on the stairs.
Yeah, unfortunately, he had to overextend to try and chase that kill. And with one of the few weapons, with one of the 2 rifles brought into the round, he felt like it was necessary. So picked off, and now NIP can feel a lot more comfortable and a lot more patient to just chill and wait. There is a flank coming in, but Neofrag would have to provide something with the AWP to make it have an impact, and there's the first kill.
Yep, needs more. The flashes again, just so devastating to push him back. Flames has finally started to show up, and there is a chance, but he's a little bit early. He takes one of the kills, and I don't know if he realizes Rez is still up there. Oh, this is very, very awkward. He's looking for him everywhere but behind this half wall. There we go. There's the jump. That's dangerous. HE on top, and they find Neofrag, and they find Flames as well. Good spin for Rez. That was way, way too close.
Yeah, but it's a great heads up. It's great communication between Rez and Hampus as well, because, you know, Rez is kind of pinned down, so he's telling Hampus, like, it's your turn to make the play. I can't do anything. I'm boxed in. I have to watch this flank. Neofrag was getting real nervous, having to worry about 2 different choke points with that AWP. And NIP eventually just constrict around them and choke them out. 7-6. Nice! And just USPs. That's the hard reset at a really devastating time in the half.
Yeah, very opportune moment for NIP, though. We're going to see some kind of USP tower being assembled. This is always fun.
Yeah, fun for Brolin.
Yeah, it's either going to be a huge shock in the USP's work, that happens 1 in 1,000 times, or, you know, they're just going to get wiped out, and it's a quick round. We can move on to the real fight.
Let's see who gets the gift. Who gets the fun?
Alexi's thinking about it. Senses that someone is up.
As long as it's not Rez.
Yeah, that's true. Still takes a couple of dinks with those USPs. Well, there we go. An S-tag, he didn't wide swing it. He just edged out those battles. The real danger, obviously, is if you happen to swing really wide on that first fight. But no such danger. Good cleanup. Smile on their faces now.
Yeah.
They tie up the scoreline.
Much different from the migraines and the stress of the first map.
Yeah.
NIP's got to be very happy. Much better T side that we're seeing here so far. 3 straight for NIP, 7-7, final round of the first half. I mean, you kind of touched on it that you're surprised NIP, I mean, that this half could have been a much bigger lead for NIP. OG rode that edge and held on as long as they possibly could, but NIP's finally just pushed them over.
Yeah, they really have. Back with a 15th round here. At least OG have some money to buy in this one so they can have another swing at it. Which I guess, I mean, either way, I think both teams could have a good crack at it in the second half, but you always want to take just a slight lead if you can. Decent nade. Neofrag, yeah, boost. Well done. Roland's been winning that fight straight up whenever they come at him, so instead they try and throw a little bit of a curveball at him.
Super important equalizing kill for S-Tag on the other side of the map, and he gets it clean. No damage taken. Not even really a whole lot of utility spent to find it.
Still plenty of time in the round, though. Neofrag playing over on this side. He's going to go back and take a look at it here. Wants to see if he could find a kill, and even more importantly, maybe find some information for those 2 mid-rotators to actually start to get back, and they are right now. He's got the right idea. Flash around. They're all blind, but he can't find the shot, and Rez instead will no-scope him. There's the follow-up HE, and up close, Dexter is ready for this one. He's got the scope ready. Does get baited out. M4 is not there to help him out. Did go down, and Hampus now in a one-on-one. He gets the first kill, and now the question is, does he want to try and risk it? Fiku's thinking about it. He's not sure if he's getting pushed, so...
If Hampus waits too long, he can't fake plant. He can't try and draw Fiku out of the open, so he's actually going to get aggressive.
Oh, but Fiku sees this coming. This is such a good read, and a great 1v1 at the end. 8 on the side of OG going to the second half. We'll see how...
Letting him
In the
scream.
middle.
City.
You're low. Kill him.
Nice.
Let's go B.
Could be scream. Could be anywhere.
I can't see default.
Versus. I'm all aim. It's fine.
Close map.
Quad.
Quad. Backside.
Third mid.
Still quad, guys. Still
through.
quad.
One last. Yeah, it's called.
Last. 1 on 2.
Jiggling him.
He's
I'm jiggling him.
reloading.
He's still quad.
Nice.
But I have up.
Go, boys.
Nice blind.
I get so
Nice.
much AWP kills.
Big
this
call,
match.
Alex.
Nice, boys. Insane.
Alright, more chickens on Vertigo than I seem to remember.
I love when the chickens pop up.
It's a good time always.
Yeah.
That was one of the really cool rounds from NIP that they managed to pull in that first half that really broke OG. There were a couple more, but still, it ends up 8-7. I still think that's a little bit crazy. OG definitely putting up a bunch of rounds in that first half. NIP, this is their map pick, and we'll see what they could do now that they're on the CT side.
Yeah, a little bit of a passive defense at this B bomb site, so this massive body of a hit that OG is going to bring out to bear is probably not going to encounter too much resistance on the way into the site. NIP's looking to get 1, maybe 2 kills as they kind of try and get that bomb planted and set themselves up for a retake. One thing to keep your eye on, too, with this kind of a retake setup from NIP, there's no kit, there's no real utility. Brolin has a flashbang, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, so just make it a 4-on-5 and hope to win the after plant, which is a pistol round. You can be sure there's not going to be any utility or anything else. Good setup. Look at all the smokes, the deep molotovs, a lot of execution. Oh, they're pushing before anything happens. I can't believe it. That's tag. That's Jollies. That's 4. Looking for a 5th, and he almost had it. Fiku is on his own, but they are shell-shocked behind that one.
I'm shell-shocked behind that one. What the hell? I cannot believe that was as successful as it was. OG never saw it coming. Oh my lord, the first kill is immediate. There is no chance for a reaction. What a sequence from S-Tag.
He's lost his goddamn mind.
That's some Castor Troy type stuff.
It is. Good. Good reference. I like it. Oh my god. Well, didn't really play out how you were expecting.
No, not actually. I even saw the smokes go up. I was like, oh, this is going to be even more difficult now.
Yeah. They're vandalizing the windows, playing with the doors, all the things you're not supposed to be. Running inside, Jason. It's not acceptable.
2 men enter a porta potty.
Go on. I'm waiting for the follow-up.
No, this is like your ruler joke. There's no punchline. You just sit there,
Just let it.
just let it sit.
Well, OG probably. Yeah, they need a breather after that one. Who can blame them? They're like, all right, that was a lot. There's a lot was going on there. Okay. Just shooting them through the walls now.
Yeah, nothing for OG to do. Full save here. Gonna be buying up in the next round. Run boost.
To nowhere.
Style points. Accomplishes nothing. So, yeah, pistol round for NIP. That's a nice thing to have. They got the pistol round in the first half as well, so both pistols going to them on what could be a deciding map, which could end OG's year, and in competition in Blast, in the Blast circuit.
Yeah, it's looking good for them at the moment, isn't it? Oh, wow.
I like this. Aww, that's cute.
You know, if you're Neofrag, like before you open the store, like it's just a courtesy thing to like knock a little bit first, right? So you don't have to encounter the awkwardness of opening and finding 2 people inside, and you're like,
You don't really
oh.
knock on a porta potty though. They have the red and green slider.
Yeah, but they break sometimes. So
Okay.
I'm just saying,
Sure.
you better be extra careful. Oh, Molotov on the other side, not going to be touching Roland here. Oh, some shots. They actually connect really well. Softening up next for Rez to get the kill, and he follows it up. Neofrag finally sends him off the side of the building, but still, it is a 3-on-4 right here.
Damage has been done. Look at what OG had to spend in terms of utility to force back this aggression. They have really nothing for the final stage of this hit. It's all fights. It's all contact.
Yeah, well, it's a good start, but the instant swing is there. A lot of people, Hampus and Brolin, to follow it up. Because there was a 3-man setup, they're able to capitalize on that early fight so quickly.
Yeah, and in addition to all the nade woes that OG had there, Dexter was leading the attack. He was the point man, the entry, and he had the only 2 flashbangs remaining. There was nothing they could have done to set each other up for that one. So it was just swing and see what happens, and obviously it goes the other direction. Good start to the second half for NIP. 10-8, 3 straight. And they got money as well. They got at least a 1-round buffer for the moment.
A couple of maps that Hampers has put together. 21 kills right now. Leading the server for a long time on Ancient. Doing everything that he can to keep NIP in the tournament. And nobody on OG at the moment could match that output. They just don't have that yet. Oh, they flipped the cone, Jason.
Nice. Did they land it?
It landed. I don't know if it actually flipped, but it did land.
Okay, it did land. That's really all that matters.
It's nice, yeah. It's a minimalistic approach, you know? A little bit old school.
I don't know, can you consider something minimalistic if it's done with a nade?
Yeah, there are definitely degrees to it. Vertigo's on his own, though.
And all 5 players surviving for NIP. So
Yeah.
talk about that buffer built up behind him. It's going to get even more powerful.
No.
You couldn't ask for more if you're the Ninjas to start the second half.
Yeah, this has gone very well. He's got no teammates, no health, no grenade to even flip any cones. Can't even do that. Oh, okay. 1 health.
Yeah, nice attempts. Good shot. 11-8, 3-round lead for the defense. And a timeout is called from OG. They had to burn timeouts on Ancient in the first half to make sure they could even stay in the game and stay competitive. They had to use 3 in the first half.
Yeah.
Here they have the luxury of at least being able to go into the second half with all your timeouts available. Although still playing from behind, which isn't fun.
Check that. Look at the cone. Oh, it flipped. Oh my god.
We count that?
Look at it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Save that for the highlight reel.
$100 if he can do it again.
All right. We got a bet. Someone step up and,
Take it.
yeah, match it. Yeah, this better be good for OG. Because this kind of start for NIP is going to be propelling them quite a bit forward. They look comfortable. Very different feel. S-Tag started to get up there. Him and Hampers, the 2 main engines that brought Ancient to a bit of a win for them. Roland trying there to catch somebody. Very aggressive play. And he's basically playing the mirror position of what he was doing on the T side a lot, which is also a nice thing to be able to do.
They want Neofrag. Oh, over the smoke. Neofrag can't connect. Rez does respond. Nice and easy. Over to the B-bomb site we go, because OG has no presence anywhere else on the map. And they are stalled out.
They probably would have loved to have gone instant B if they actually were in position, because they just can't do anything else, but they went on the stairs. They didn't really have anyone there, so just a tough break at the moment. Gonna try and see if they can edge their way in instead. Creeping up with that AK-47. It's maybe the one chance they had right there for a headshot. Now more people are starting to show up. Flames still able to negotiate that pretty well. He at least gets the kill, makes it a 4-3.
Yeah, S-Tag playing that super passively. Nothing to activate him into a peek. Good support from Hampus as he rotates over. Brolin almost caught with nade in hand. Flashing for his teammates and almost punished, but now they can put the puzzle together. 1 in middle, 1 challenging at the B-bomb site, and it's Nexa left alone. He gets the first.
Yeah, dropped down low on health already. He's going to fake that bomb 1 time. Still has time. Oh, Flash is so good. That's deadly. Hamper's going to be able to take him down, but it was really the flashbang that set it up. Well done.
12-8.
That's a strong lead that they're building at the moment. Not allowing the bomb plant either. So, I don't know what OG are going to be able to do. I mean, I actually think they made that way more competitive given the fact that they were in a 4-on-5 with no map control. It's very obvious it was going to be a B hit.
Yeah.
They still got kind of close, but now they're back to Tech9's Deagles and an AK.
Yeah, that's the real problem, is you're starting to run out of rounds where you can drop back to the weaker weapons. Fast towards mid. And that signal of putting out the Molotov is there. Hampus calls his teammates over. Good kill from Dexter. Alexi's not going to be able to get around the corner safety. He's dinked up by a Tech9, but still a 4-on-4. This is a lot of pressure applied, though. But OG kind of have to force the issue. There's nowhere to fall back and readjust. And this time, S-Tag delivers some stunning kills.
Yeah, I actually wanted to hunt him down even further. I'm shocked that Flames managed to pick that one up. Good flick.
It's the bomb in middle as well. He has no access. He's got to come all the way back around. Neofrag needs to provide something because he's being flanked out by Rez, and there's a timer on his life.
Well played on Brolin to even realize that that was an angle that he could have been attacked from. I'm a little bit surprised at that. But didn't get caught by the Deagle. And Flames now on his own. He's made it this far, but it's only going to get harder from here on out. A minute on the clock, and he could play for time, sure.
Well, I mean, he knows they know he's here as well. He made all that noise running up the ramp. Now he's walking, but the flank is in from Rez, who's just been traversing back and forth across the map. Nice and easy. 2 kills from behind, and it's 13-8. This is great from S-Tag.
Yeah, they're not expecting this aggression. Boom. Good night. This is starting to look grim for OG. Elimination game, 3 more rounds for NIP, and they'll send them packing.
For the year.
Yeah, for the year. That's a really heartbreaking part, although I guess, I don't know, given the pace of tournaments recently, maybe they can get a chance to repair some of the things that aren't working. Some of these things that OG have been running into, even throughout, you know, this tournament, it just feels like it's very fixable. If you just went back and look at all the demos, you can sort of see, man, there are a lot of rounds that we have the lead, we have the advantage, and we end up giving it up anyway.
I wouldn't say this is a new team. Remember, this OG team with some young and inexperienced players like Neofrag and Fiku and Flame stepping into this level, and even Dexter to a certain extent. But this roster really came together, what, just right around Dallas? Right before Dallas, I believe, was their first match.
Here we go. Speed behind this one. OG, they want this bomb site, and they'll take it. Oh my god, Alexis showed up! He must have pushed through the smoke, and he gets the double res! That's the bomb dropped, and a 2-on-1. Fiku, no health at all. If that fire spreads, he's dead before he can get close to it. I can't believe Alexi managed to sneak through. I want to see the replay. How did he get there? That's so... That's so dirty.
And he's calling it out as well. He knows he dinked Fiku at the end. He's calling out that he's low. And this is now twice the bomb has been stuck, and these attempted B splits has been stuck and dropped in the middle. And yeah, the Molotov is going to end it. Couldn't get out of the way in time. NIP 2 rounds away from moving on to the next match.
This is great 2-for-1 trade, and then Alexi, he's just pops out of nowhere.
Slid in through the smoke, CT spawn. He's right, he's usually that more supportive element.
Yeah. That's the right time to be in that position.
He's not always lighting up the scoreboard, but today he's had some super impactful, just like double kills on the CT sides back on Ancient as well. He had a couple really good rounds playing out of Jaguar.
14-8. NIP catching fire, winning 5 in a row, and everything has gone their way. Some money in the bank, and limiting the funds on the OG side. So they're accomplishing all of the main goals that they want right here. Coming through the smoke, Rez looked like he was ready to tap some more people, but quick return from Dexter. The revival here for OG is going to be monumental for this to get even close to possible. They're so far behind in this game right now. And a good rotation from NIP, although Dexter is pretty crisp. Trading another nade, but doesn't really go anywhere. They're fairly tagged up on the OG side, so even if they have this 4-on-3, not that much has to go wrong for this to work out against them. Hampus.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, that's the first thing that goes wrong. No utility to stop the plant.
Oh, he wants to do it. He really wants to jump, but he's thinking about it.
It's calling for a flashbang. There it is. There's the hop up, the first kill, but everything else goes the way of OG. Good shots from Nexa and Dexter. And they survive to get to 9 rounds. They still have 3 timeouts remaining. That's their first round in the second half, though.
Yeah, and they... I don't think it's a bad thing, but they get this round off of Dexter's mechanics. Just really good aims being taken at the start to even bring them into this position. And he also closes out the round, getting a couple of headshots here. So, generally... yeah, going to be hard to replay that over and over again and get those same fights. But it's a start. 14-9. And NIP, they spend quite a bit of their money now rebuying. Good to see their funds starting to run dry pretty quickly.
OG have to string them together and break them here. This is their only chance to stay in this map, is if they can break the economy here and close this gap. Get up to like 11 before NIP starts rebuying, and it's still going to be a very tough affair. But this round is everything for OG at the moment.
Hampers at 27 kills. These 2 maps for him have been
phenomenal.
Absolutely lights out.
Yeah, he's been disgusting.
Rez is not seeing or feeling anything on that ramp, so they're feeling pretty comfortable sticking 2 people still at the B-bomb site. See how much more info they need. I think they're double peeking the ramp now, so they're really realizing that there's not much going on out here. Good flash to set it up. S-Tag, I don't know how much she realizes. Hampus already dropped low a little bit. Plenty of time on the clock. Oh, the defense is coming together right now. S-Tag with a double, but in the middle. Fiku might have changed the tide of this fight. 40 seconds as he picks up Rez. And let's see how much OG could do in terms of outplaying NIP. Slowly walking that bomb back.
Not as much time as you'd think either when you consider you can't make noise in that lower level. Long route to go, and I think Dexter's saying we don't want to walk all the way up that ramp. We don't have it in us, and it's going to be a 2-on-2 challenge here at the B site.
Yeah, but NIP go to check it all the way, and maybe a little bit of fortune here, but they've got the right idea. 15 seconds, grenade is way too deep, and Roland might get sewn down. He's going to get caught, but Alexi, bomb on the ground, he gets that first kill, and now 8 seconds left. Fiku, if he tries to go for it, he might get overrun, and he will die anyway. Good double for Alexi. Nice 1 versus 2. And it's NIP at 15 rounds, 1 round away from knocking out OG.
What a great read from NIP as well. I think they're saying the same thing. There's probably not enough time if they're going to actually try and make it to the A bomb site. They're going to have to run.
Yeah.
We hear it, so let's just get deeper into the B bomb site, clear things out, and find good positioning. And now the pressure really hits OG hard. They got to win 6 straight and a half where they've only managed 1 round thus far. This second half, that pistol round from S-Tag just got the blood flowing, got the energy up. I imagine the communication for NIP, if you talk to them after this game, they're going to say communication was really on point.
Yeah.
They're feeling comfortable.
Something like, you know, like cosplaying a little cowboy that'll get everyone all excited.
Is that what gets you excited?
I'm saying everyone, Jason.
Okay.
We're all in that boat. Don't leave me out here. I see what you're trying to do.
Listen, you casted that boat off all on your own. I didn't lead you there.
Well,
round 25, potentially the last round for OG, and they go for the run boost, and they nail it, and they get the double opening.
Boom. You deserve this round. That is a stunning start. Flames wants to fight a little bit more. Alexi gets the message now. He's like, all right.
They see your cowboy, they go for a Rocket Man.
Strong counter. I don't know what the one up to that is. It's got to be somewhere to go, but yeah, that's you lose that round very, very quickly.
Yep. That's basically Alexi has that 1 engagement to try and claw it back and try and make something doable. It would have to be something miraculous from him, and yeah, this is a good save call from NIP. Especially because their money is still busted. This is not the time to get reset either. 15-10, OG hit double digits.
They're going to be far enough away that no one's going to get caught.
This is too when you go back for OG, and what's really, really ultimately painful at the end of the day isn't necessarily, I mean, this map is going to hurt for OG obviously on elimination, but what's really going to be painful,
God damn.
Oh, I love this music. Beautiful. Well done, production. They're not scared about the 4 best of 3 days. They're still pulling out all the tricks. Shout out to the guys in production. It was a long day yesterday.
I was going to say, they lost their sanity yesterday already, so
yep.
Now it's just, you know, off the leash now.
And they came in today all fortified after a short night of sleep and had that delay, and that probably lost their sanity even further.
Yeah. That's not easy. What is the saying? Production never sleeps.
Exactly.
Nexer and Neofrag already grenaded up early in the round.
What I was going to say is that ultimately the most painful thing for OG, remember on Ancient, they had 5 map points.
Why are you bringing it up again?
They had 5 chances to close it out.
Why be a dick? You already made your point. We know.
Oh, that's a beefy nade from Brolin. So much damage is done to OG. They have to spend a lot of health to get this kind of map control, and it's not even comfortable because Brolin is keeping up the aggression.
Yeah. More nades raining down, and now Brolin peering down on top of the smoke. He sees it, and Neofrag, no chance to reply on that one. A 5-on-3 before we even really get into the round. They have no control over anything in the map. I think even S-Tag has started to move forward on the B side. He's back. Double dipping on that smoke. Taking down Dexter.
And this round's over before it begins. OG doesn't even get to execute anything they wanted or talked about. Rez with the 4th kill of the round, not the final. Flames keeps him alive a little bit longer, but just for seconds. It's going to be NIP eliminating OG from the Blast Fall Finals and ending their year early. Great performance from NIP. Good recovery on Ancient to take that map back. And they're on the road to redemption, the road to show that this lineup has got some legs beneath it.
Yeah.
(2-0) for NIP. Managed to have a confident showing on their pick of Vertigo. We had a few questions coming into things, but man, a constant throughout that map, Hampus. He has been on fire throughout this series, instrumental in closing this one out for NIP, and yeah, keep a hold of their tournament life here at the full final.
Man of the match without any doubt. You're right, Hampus spearheaded NIP into this victory. We had the sentiment, we had the sense that getting over the finish line in Ancient had put them in a position to close it, and they displayed exactly what we expected. The game plan was way stronger on Vertigo, was way safer as well. You could see the end round, they were in control, and a deserved 2-0 victory for the Ninjas.
Also extra deserved because Estag pulling out the dualies and doing some
Them
magical
dualies.
work with that. Absolutely
The
love to
cowboy.
see that. I mean, if you're